Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Norn9 of our comments on Natsuhiko and Mikoto's route still. And let's see, we're finally starting to bond a little, get a little friendly with each other. Natsuhiko built this little white Hyoko robot for her. Well, anyway, I'm not going to waste any more time. I'll go ahead and start reading. You can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story. Well, excuse me. I apologize for not being as refined a person as you took me for. I could not tolerate being cooped up inside the house as a child. I took every opportunity I could to sneak out.
Is that so?
I have long since grown out of that, of course. Not really. The elegant, sheltered princess was the description more fitting of Sakuya, actually. Elegant, sheltered princess Sakuya. Tea ceremony, calligraphy, flower arranging. I took classes in all of the finer arts, but no matter how I tried, I was never any good at them. But Sakuya, my childhood friend, could perform them all with exquisite skill. I could never compare to him in any indoor pursuit, but outside, oh, the outdoors were my kingdom. There I ruled. When was the last time I looked up at the sky? Ever since I received my powers from the world, I cannot remember having the spare time. Perhaps the Norn could take us to the moon.
If you want to go, I'd do it quickly. The moon retreats at 3.8 centimeters further from the Earth with each passing year.
It does? Wait, at only 3.8 centimeters per year, it would still barely be a meter further after an entire decade.
Going to the moon is not an easy task. It requires extensive research and lots of time.
Oh.
Something to escape the pull of gravity, a cockpit that can take the pressure changes, and just a ton more study and experimentation about space itself.
That sounds like quite the laundry list of challenges. If we started now, would my great-grandchildren be able to go? Or perhaps my great-great-grandchildren?
Who knows? I certainly can't tell you for certain. I never gave it much serious thought myself, to be honest.
Whatever the case, it will be a daunting task. But it is not impossible, correct? We already have a floating sphere of a ship.
No, it isn't. With enough research, humanity will one day be able to go to the moon.
Are you doing that sort of research?
I don't have the spare time for it now, so no. Destroying Shiroyuiga takes precedence.
I'm guessing we're probably gonna have to say that's important. No, we have to say this is a waste of time. Okay. Go ahead and belittle the man's beliefs. Oh, researching traveling to the moon seems like a far more rewarding thing than spending time on making weapons and going to war. Are you certain you are not wasting your life?
I may be. It is a feat that will require an overwhelming amount of time and effort. But the more research is done, the more new truths and facts will be discovered. Those discoveries birth further curiosity. Curiosity is the fuel that drives scientists. It's the stuff that makes dreams become reality.
For the first time, I saw him smile. It was soft and kind, completely unlike his rakish grin. I like the rakish grin. He is usually so cold and blunt, but I guess when it comes to the stars, even he can smile. Goodness, why am I getting so flustered over seeing a plain, simple smile? He is my enemy. He wants to kill my friends. But he also saves people. He risks his life every day trying to bring peace to the world. He is a very strong man. I cannot really think of him as evil anymore. Thank you for the Hyoko.
Do you like it?
Yes.
Your face is turning red.
Oh. Oh. He reached out and ran a finger down my cheek. It felt cold. That let me know just how hot my cheeks must be.
Are you getting sick?
I neither know nor care. Do not touch me.
That attitude isn't going to fly. My battles rely on your physical well-being. I cannot afford to have you collapsing into a sick heap.
I am aware of that.
Good. Don't push yourself. If there is anything you need, tell me immediately.
In that case, I want you to send me back to my friends right now.
Other than that...
Like there is anything besides that which I truly want from him. In the end, I never did figure out why that man suddenly decided to drag me out to see the stars out of the blue. The first time he resorted to those pseudo-threats to get me to come with him, but after that he never used them again. Well, it seemed that as long as I did not try to resist, he would not bother to threaten me. As the days went by, we spent more and more time out watching the stars together. I am short on sleep. I wish I could stay in bed, but there is not any more time. My eyes feel so grainy.
You awake?
Yes.
Didn't sleep much.
Of course not. Denebola, Spica, Arcturus. You have taken me out stargazing so many nights in a row now that I can point out all those stars to you. Well, it is not as if any of that time was unpleasant at all.
If you don't want to come, just say so.
Why must you be like that? When did I say that I did not want to go?
Don't hide things from me. If this is getting to be too much for you, you don't have to go.
I just told you I was not saying anything like that.
I don't trust you. You always hide what you are really feeling.
Okay, so I save here, and this is where the difference is between the good ending and the bad ending. So let's make that save right there. And we'll do the good ending first, which means we have to choose... I want to go with you. Anyway, I want to go, so you had better come to me this evening or else. That is my honest desire, so you had better not doubt it. Wait a minute. Come to me this evening? That's exactly what I thought, actually, when she said that. Wait a minute. Come to me this evening sounds like it has some improper innuendo attached to it, now that I think about it. But I did not mean it like that. We are simply going to observe the stars together, that is it.
Oh, it's good to hear that you're not just forcing yourself to come along.
Phew, it looks like he did not misunderstand what I actually meant. But how does he know that I am not telling him my true feelings on everything? I have only ever opened up to the Hyoko. Anyway, what concerns me more is... I may not be stressing myself, but what about you? You are the one who continually explains everything to me. All I do is sit and listen.
I don't mind that.
Wait, why on earth did that make me feel so happy?
We will not be flying out to battle today, so take this time to rest and recuperate.
Why not? There may be another town or village somewhere being assaulted by that army.
I'm not an infinite pile of supplies. I need to acquire more fuel and ammunition. Without enough on hand, it isn't smart to fly.
Oh, I see. Seeing as how I have nothing else to occupy my time with, is there anything I could do to assist you?
No, you don't know how to do any of it.
Ah, well then, I suppose I will stay cooped up in my room all day. Without a word, Natsuhiko picked up a slim book and set it on the desk. Its cover was faded and worn, so worn in fact, that the title was all but illegible. It was obviously very old.
That's a book about the stars. Read it if you get bored.
A book on the stars. Though the covers were battered and dinged on the inside, it was obviously well cared for. The pages were still neat and readable, with no sign of damage from silverfish or the elements. It was filled with pictures of the stars, complete with concise descriptions on the side. Its name, the seasons best for viewing it, even myths and legends associated with it. It was all incredibly fascinating to me. Aha! It has an excerpt on both Spica and Arcturus. Natsuhiko had taught me about both last night. Arcturus's light has an orangish hue to it, while Spica was as white and round as a pearl. One legend here even says they are married. They are lined up awfully close together. Over long periods of time, the position of the stars will change. Given enough time, even the constellations themselves will change. Well, then that means we would have to learn where their new positions are all over again. How irritating. Arcturus, the husband star, is moving even closer to Spica, its wife star. Sometime, hundreds of thousands of years in the future, both may line up side by side. A feeling difficult to name welled up inside me. Distant stars, an even more distant future. But if I closed my eyes, I could see them as man and wife, standing happily hand in hand. I wonder if Natsuhiko knows about this legend. For some reason, I suddenly felt like I had made an important discovery. It was right there in the book he had given me. Maybe he already knew. But I still wanted to see him and talk to him about it as soon as I could.
Curiosity is the fuel that drives scientists. It's the stuff that makes dreams become reality.
I wonder if this is what he meant. I left my room and went to look for him. He was not anywhere to be found inside. Perhaps he'd gone outside. I darted through the door looking for him. Aha! There he is. He looks deep in serious conversation. Who is he talking to?
Okay, but if Shiroyuiga captures me, you're gonna come to my rescue, right? I don't need anyone so incompetent they'd get caught. If you have to die, make sure you don't leave any incriminating evidence behind. Hey, that's just mean. Why do you have to be so cruel to me when you're so nice to the princess? You should try being nice to me too, you know. I am looking for 3 things. Which countries is he connected to? Where is his main base of operations? And lastly, how long will Shiroyuiga last? Right. It's not like any of those is going to be easy to figure out. And you still want me to go back in time to go help you massacre espers too? Jeez. Back in time? What? First you give me impossible orders, then you don't give me any time to do them in. You are such a hard ass. Ah well, I'll do what I can. Good. See ya.
You don't have to say anything. I won't ask. Just let me help you in any way I can. My powers aren't the kind that can protect or save people. That's made me jealous of you more than once. If there's something I can do to help you, even a little, that would make me really happy.
Let go. You are a lady, and ladies must not overexert themselves.
I felt absolutely sick to my stomach. My chest hurt so badly I could barely stand. How could I have forgotten? He said his goal was to kill the espers. He is my enemy. I knew that from the very beginning. But why is hearing that so painful now? I have no right to feel this betrayed. If he is only going to kill me, why be so nice to me now? I do not understand him at all. I hate him. Hate him! What do you want? If you are going to come in here, at least knock first. Let go of me! This is the moment where it all turns. I said, unhand me! I had to protect my friends from him. He was my enemy, but for some reason, I could not move. I should have struggled, knocked his hands away, done something, but I could not. Why must you kill the espers? What did we do to you? None of us got these powers because we wanted them. You said yourself that we were being deceived, so tell them the truth. Is that not enough to fix the problem without any killing? None of us want to go to war. None of us want to kill. We are not like Shiroyuiga. I vehemently spat the words at him, confused and hurt. I used the words to vent all the grief and pain that I felt. Please, let them live! You cannot kill them! I will do whatever you want if they can live! The tears came then, and soaked into his shirt. I felt his arms tighten around me.
The Esper's powers are meant to be used for the reset.
Reset?
It's a do-over.
Of what?
All of history. The world has rewritten its history a few times already. We're currently on the 4th try.
Do not think you can distract me by inventing some nonsensical lies. I will not be fooled.
What makes the reset possible is the powers that you Espers hold. It began in the 21st century, the year 2060 to be precise. World War V was on the horizon. It was thought to be the end of days. Corporations were selling weapons of war right off the shelves. Any other objects of culture were dismissed as being unprofitable. Countries everywhere snapped up those weapons, calling them deterrents. It was a world awash in weapons and war. Peace was an unknown concept.
What on earth are you talking about? What world was that?
This one, although it was far in the past. Humanity stood at a crossroads. If war could not be stopped, they faced the very real possibility of the entire world being destroyed. There were already places so polluted that no natural life could survive there. In the year 2085, humanity reached a decision. History would be redone from the very start. That was when the first reset was performed.
Natsuhiko spoke of the 21st century, but it was only the year 1919. 2060, 2085, that should be in the distant future, yet he spoke of it as if it was the past. The 21st century is in the past. Then what year is it now? Is it 1919, or is that somehow some sort of lie?
Yes, we are currently in the year 8075. All weapons have been destroyed. The ravaged earth has been restored to its natural lush state. Humanity has forgotten everything. But we still keep repeating the same mistake. Every time humanity keeps resorting to war. This is humanity's 4th attempt at rewriting history. This is the world we get after the Espers have reset everything.
The Espers do this reset thing. What are you implying? Are you saying that Espers like myself have erased the world of civilization like this multiple times in the past? That is absurd! We have power, yes, but none of us are capable of something on that scale.
The Espers do not perform the reset directly themselves. Ion does, to be more precise. Ion is the one who has used the powers you Espers hold to perform the reset.
First you are talking about these resets, now Ion. What is all of this? I do not understand a single thing you're saying.
I don't know all the details. How exactly Ion does a reset. What kind of interaction occurs between Ion and the Espers. Those details are things that even I don't know.
That cannot be what our powers are for. Our powers, my power, they are meant to protect. None of what you are saying makes the least bit of sense.
Mikoto.
Why did he have to choose now of all times to call me by my name? I cannot even be happy about it.
You said you hate not understanding, so open your mind and try to understand. Think about it until you do. Take as much time as you need. All the Espers in the past had done the exact same thing.
Even in the midst of these world-shattering revelations, Natsuhiko stayed calm. Only someone who knew the whole truth could manage that. This has to be what was hidden from us. The reason for our power's existence. Natsuhiko, you do not wish to let this reset or whatever happen, correct? That is why you intend to kill us.
Correct. That, and there is also the danger that Shiro Yuiga will capture you and abuse your powers. If any of you fall into his clutches, the world would be plunged into chaos it hasn't seen since before the first reset. He isn't the only one who has designs on using your powers for himself either. Their ideologies may be different, but they want to use your powers to rule the world all the same. In the future I want, all the Esper powers are utterly unnecessary.
Who are these others you mentioned?
That's all I can say about that.
I thought you were going to tell me everything.
The more you know, the greater the danger your life will be in. That must be avoided at all costs.
He's protecting you. Then what about you? You know everything, correct? Is there someone out there who is trying to take your life because of that? Kakeru's ability to manipulate plant life, Sakuya's clairvoyance, my own barriers. As hard as I thought, I could not see how any of those tied to this business of resetting history. But there are all the others too. They might have powers that would be directly connected to how the reset operates. Why were we not made aware of something this important? Why are we involved in the first place? The tears came again, and again he held me tight. I did not have any strength left to resist.
It is a feat that will require an overwhelming amount of time and effort. But the more research is done, the more new truths and facts will be discovered. These discoveries birth further curiosity. Curiosity is the fuel that drives scientists. It's the stuff that makes dreams become reality.
We Espers are expected to reset the whole of human civilization. That is why Natsuhiko wants to kill us. What am I supposed to do? What is the right thing to do? I tried to disbelieve, but I know that I cannot dismiss this story as a lie. But it is so hard to accept that my powers are truly meant for this reset, and not to protect people.
Mikoto. Mikoto.
I heard a voice inside my head, a very familiar voice. Heishi!
I hope I finally get through to you with this try. Ugh. Anyway, where the heck are you?
Heishi's telepathy. I never knew he could project it beyond the boundaries of the ship. Mikoto, are you okay? Nobody left you all scared and alone, did they? Kaharu! Where are you? We're worried for you. If you can hear us, please let us know somehow. Nanami, Heishi's power sent all their voices to me, but much as I wanted to, I had no way to reply.
Hey, don't push it, guys. All I can do is send people's voices out there, nothing more. Listen, ever since you vanished, Saki has gone into a funk, like a deep one. It's really bad. It's tough to even look at the poor guy.
Oh no.
Don't worry though, the world is on the hunt for you. That's right, the world itself. We'll find you before too long. We know you gotta be out there somewhere, alive. Hang in there until we find you, Kay?
Everyone, what am I supposed to do?
A skirmish has broken out nearby. It's too dangerous to stay. We have to run, now. Come here.
On foot? Oh no, okay, the ship. Uh-oh.
Damn it.
If one of us dies here, would that save the others? What am I thinking? That would be terrible. I have to put up a barrier and... My power, it isn't responding?
Mikoto, get down.
Uh-oh. Well, chapter 6.
Mikoto.
Oh, you're awake. Hold on, I'll go get the doctor. Wait there, okay? Where am I? What happened? I tried to move, but sharp pain suddenly shot through my whole body. I could see bruises on my arms and legs. I felt battered all over.
Oh, it's good to see that you are finally awake, miss.
And you are... He's the doctor. Our village doesn't have a hospital, so we asked him to come up from the city in the valley.
Looks like your mind is functioning clearly enough. Do you remember your name?
Yes, but what about the man who was with me? What happened to him? Where is he?
Easy does it, miss. Move around too much and you'll just aggravate all your wounds.
You sure sound awful concerned for him. He must be your husband then, right? The girls around here will be real sorry to hear that. Husband? No. Natsuhiko and I are nothing like that. Is he okay? His name's Natsuhiko. That's a nice one.
He is awake and in stable condition, but he is hurt far worse than you are, miss. Right now he is resting in a different room. Do you think you are up for a little walking? I will show you where he is.
Yes, please do. When I saw him, I had to bite back a gasp. It was unmistakably Natsuhiko lying on that hospital bed, but his head was swathed in layers of bandages, half his face obscured by gauze.
Well, one patient wakes up, and then the other one goes back to sleep. Do you remember what happened and how you came to be here, miss?
I shook my head. The last thing I remembered was a blinding flash of light. Unable to use my barriers to block it, an enemy attack had struck home.
3 days ago, this young man arrived at this village carrying you in his arms. He was severely wounded himself. You know, I think I will save the rest of the story for another time. If you aren't feeling well, rest. You are still a patient here.
I noticed Natsuhiko's gun sitting on the little nightstand beside his bed. I picked it up. It was heavy and cold in my hands, the blue-gray metal dully glinting. I felt my hands start to go numb. Why was I unable to put up a barrier when that attack came? I didn't have to search my memory very hard to find that answer. The moment was still emblazoned in my mind, as raw and sore as a bruise. What? I had to kill him. He needed to die for me to protect everyone else. Don't wake up. Why did I hesitate? What have I spent my whole life doing? Protecting people. I needed to protect the others. The Espers have not done anything wrong. Someone else dumped these duties onto us. I am the only one who could keep the others safe. The reset or whatever matters not. I will just find some way to handle everything myself. Shiroyuiga, this dumb brute, everything. I will do something about it all. Don't delude yourself, Mikoto.
Mikoto.
Natsuhiko threw himself across me. Natsuhiko! 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 What was he thinking? Why would he do something like that just to protect me? The fact that this even happened is all my fault for not putting up a barrier. You said we were enemies. So why?
Why are you crying?
You are awake.
Are you Mikoto? I can't remember anything. I don't know who I am. I don't know where I came from.
Are you serious? What on earth are you talking about? This is not the time to be making jokes like that. You are joking, right? Admit it, right now.
I'm sorry.
This is my fault. For not putting up a barrier in time to stop that attack.
Mikoto. That is the one name I do remember. It's the name of a girl I knew. That much I know for certain.
This is all my fault. You getting hurt and losing your memories. It is all my fault for not putting up a barrier in time. At the instant of the attack, two thoughts clashed in my mind. One was my natural instinct to deflect the attack with a barrier. The other was simply to let myself die. With my mind conflicted, I could not concentrate enough to bring up a barrier. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
What is my name?
Natsuhiko, Azuma. He muttered his name to himself a few times.
Will you say it for me?
Natsuhiko.
Odd. Hearing it doesn't sound that familiar.
That is probably because I hardly ever called you by your name. But other people did.
Then, what did you call me?
You, brute, barbarian.
Ouch. Those hardly sound nice.
Well, you are not any more polite with me, calling me you and hey all the time.
I guess that means we're even, eh?
Though, you did actually use my name, Mikoto, a couple of times.
Oh, I guess I will have to make a habit of using it more often now.
What?
Is something wrong with that?
No. The enemy attack hit us, and we crashed. While badly hurt himself, Natsuhiko apparently carried me here while I was unconscious. Though his wounds were anything but light, the doctor said they would heal cleanly. Since Natsuhiko was in no condition to move, it was decided that the two of us would use the village's one empty home until he recovered. Phew, I am exhausted. I let the bag of vegetables thud onto the floor, sighing out of fatigue. My hands were dirty, nicked, and bruised, with a few calluses tossed in for good measure. In exchange for fresh veggies to eat, I had agreed to help the villagers farm. Growing up, the merest speck of mud on my ham was just cause for a stern lecture. On the ship, I left farming to Kakeru's team, so this was a brand new experience for me. I wonder what Sakuya would say if he saw me mucking about in the fields like this. Natsuhiko, you should not be up. Go lie down. Ooh, he looks really good like this. I like that shirt on him.
Stop treating me like I'm an invalid. I'm plenty well enough to be up and about.
You most certainly are not. Bones do not heal that quickly. You could at least sit down in a chair. Natsuhiko's injuries were healing well. If you were just looking at him, you could barely even tell he was hurt. However, his memories had yet to return. We were in a terrible situation, but it could have been much worse. These kind people even gave us a place to stay. The home they had lent us was so small, it would more accurately be termed a hut. Its only saving grace was that it came with a large bed. I made sure to go to bed late and wake up early in the morning. In fact, I did all I could to keep myself from having much close contact with Natsuhiko at all. I'm still not completely convinced that Natsuhiko's amnesia here is 100% legit. Or like he'll probably get his memories back but pretend he has amnesia for longer so he can just have a happy little life here with Mikoto. Well, anyway, I hope to see you in my future videos, and I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye-bye, everybody.